Hello, and welcome to day one of the NCAA's annual Diversity and Inclusion campaign. My name is Kevin Crompton, and I am a graduate assistant inside Pace University's athletic department. Today's theme is My Story Matters, exploring student athletes' identities, perspectives, and experiences. The purpose of this day is for students to showcase how they are more than just athletes and that their stories can make a difference. So we're joined now by sophomore on the Pace women's basketball team, number 30, Kendra Cooper-Smith. Kendra, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for having me.
So I know you have many interests and causes you're involved with, outside of basketball at Pace and even outside of your regular academic work. And a lot of that revolves around environmental conservation. So why don't we start with kind of what are you, some of the projects you're working on and, maybe some of them that you have in the works, explain some of those.
Yeah, definitely. So, as you said, I'm very interested in environmental justice work, environmental conservation, and sustainability, what that looks like in our world going forward once my class has graduated. Currently, I'm working with the UN Millennium Fellowship as a Millennium Fellow to kind of develop a project based on their social development goals, which are a whole bunch of goals that range from different topics to like women's rights to like equitable education, and I chose life underwater. And I'm developing a project called the Lower Hudson Water Defense, which just is supposed to be means for educating like not just the youth, but anyone interested in like the health of our water systems in the Lower Hudson River, because I think they're really, really vital to understanding how our like ecosystem down here like functions as a whole, because like water is our lifeblood. Water is like what we need to live. It is like at its basic, like it is life. So yeah, that's currently what I'm working on.
Great. I read that article that Pace has up on their website, and you mentioned in that your family has been a big influence on your activism. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. So my mom was raised by two teacher activists, both of them Black teachers, and both of them very, very inspirational to her, and my uncle as well. So ever since I'm the third child, um, and I'm the youngest. So like by the time I was born, like my brother and my sister had already been like going out to protests and like protesting stop and frisk, like police brutality, like the war, like the the like Iraq war, like all things that you could think of, just like standing up for equity and like justice. So yeah, I mean, like that's the world I was born into, and like I'm very happy for it, because I feel like I have this sense of not what is right and wrong, but what is like unjust, and like I feel like I can stand up for and stand with those who are like facing injustice now, and have like not only the language to kind of articulate that and how that makes me feel, but like how that transcends like not just one group, but if someone faces injustice, then like we're all at risk of like facing injustice. So my uncle's also like the same, and he recently was like in a kind of like viral video, which I don't really talk about, but he was like the Central Park birder in that video. So that got like a lot of heat, and like was super popular. But I think it's been a good means for both my mom and my uncle to kind of like have their voices be heard more, which I think is important in any case. So yeah, I think it's been a really positive, in light of all the like negative things that have happened over the past hundreds of years, but let alone like the past few months. It's been overall like good.
How would you say, we and, pay student athletes and coaches can kind of work towards and maintain an inclusive and diverse environment?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. And it's a question that like everyone should be thinking about. I think that it really starts with like individual education, taking it upon yourself if you feel so impassioned and like so um like encouraged to take it upon yourself and like find those resources that are like available, and like really just like you would for a class, or just like you would for like a play that you don't know yet, like take that time to like sit down and really like hone that skill, or like define that word or define that concept that maybe you just haven't been able to grasp for a really long time because it's scary, or because like I don't know, like someone said it was wrong, or that it's like offensive once, like there's nothing wrong with being ignorant. Like there's nothing wrong with not knowing something, but but like that's the beginning, you know, like we have to move forward from there. We can't take that as like, okay, we can't say like okay to that forever.
That's great. And I think that's pretty much wraps up all the questions I have. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to mention that I didn't question you on.
No, I would like to just like kind of plug my I'm part of FIRE as well, like the Fighting Ignorance with Rape Education. They're really cool. We do a lot of really cool programming and events, and obviously it's very different this year, but we've been doing some Domestic Violence Awareness Month events. So yeah, I guess like look out for emails about those if anyone wants to do that. But yeah, just stay educated and stay empowered. That's about it.
All right, great. Thanks, Kendra. Thanks for joining us, and happy that you were able to do this.
Thank you so much.